Hello, I am so happy to be bringing you this course. This is something obviously that's incredibly close to my heart, and it's something that I could not do on my own, even though the subject is obviously so close to my heart and something that I'm very in tune with and something that entwines through my whole life, which is flowers and their energy, their magic, their oracle properties. It's just such a huge subject, and there's so many other things that I want to bring to you and share with you that I couldn't think of anybody other than our gorgeous Green Witch, Sonya Lowe, to help me in bringing you this. This course, the Flower Oracle, to me it is everything that creative witchery is all about, because our classes are about bringing you information and bringing you workshop and bringing you wonderful teachers who you may not have access to. You mightn't be able to go to an in-person workshop because you're in Alaska, or because you've got very young children, or because you work long hours, or you have your own business. So creative witchery makes it accessible for everybody. This course is being put together by myself and Sonya, and we're connecting all the time. We've become very good friends since creative witchery started. I love our conversations. I love our friendships. I think of Sonya honestly like a sister now. I adore her. The thing is about Sonya and I is that I've actually never met her in real life. And yes, it's something I have to change very, very soon. But to me, that is the spirit of creative witchery. It doesn't matter where you are, that you can connect and you can learn and you can make friendships as well. So this course is just wonderful. It is really everything that we're about. With this course, Sonya is of course going to show all of her and teach and share all of her horticultural advice, and I'm sure we're going to see from her and she'll explain a little bit about that. What I'm bringing to the course, of course, is my art background, and we're going to make flower oracle cards. It doesn't matter if you can't draw a stick figure. I really don't care if you've done any of my art courses. I've got ways around that, so don't you worry. We're going to do floral spirit paintings as well. Same thing, if you've never picked up a paintbrush, I'm going to get you into that and you're going to make something amazing. I'm going to share my oracle, I don't want to say wisdom, but the things that I know about flowers and the things that I'd love to share with you. There's so much in this course from both of us. In fact, it can't be 6 weeks. It is actually an 8-week course. So it's like 2 courses in one, although the flow is beautiful and even because Sonya and I are talking all the time and coming up with our ideas and putting it all together, and it's flowing so beautifully now because we both have such strong bonds with flowers. I just can't wait to start sharing it with you. Of course, we've got the forum that we run with all of our classes, and both of us will be in there sharing with you, and I'm sure probably most days, because I know Sonya loves her class forums, and so do I. It's going to be something very, very special. What I'd like to share with you is my actual origins with flowers. I haven't always been so deeply connected. It all began when I was very young. I actually ran away from home when I was young, and not because of my family. In fact, I had this really groovy alternate pagan family, but I was a bit of a rat bag when I was young. Go figure. But anyway, I'd left home very young, and my family were in rural New South Wales at the time, and I ran away to Melbourne, as you do. Oh, hello Sunda, my puppy. When you were young, wannabe funky artist, I guess. At the time I was very, very ill. I had pleurisy and I'd been in hospital. I'd gotten out of hospital and I was spending my days sort of recuperating in little sun places, sun spots I used to call them, in our little weatherboard house that I was sharing with a whole lot of musicians and artists at the time. One day I was awoken by an overwhelming scent of flowers. It was just so strong that I couldn't even think. It was the middle of winter in Melbourne, which is very cold if you've been to Melbourne. You like this story, don't you? It was incredibly, incredibly cold. I woke up and I wandered around the house, and I was actually looking for where the smell was coming from because I couldn't quite figure it out. It was just so strong. It was beautiful, but it was so, so strong. I came upon the most beautiful woman. She was as real as Sunda's sitting here now. She was just beautiful, very tall, a lot taller than me. And she was just entwined with all of these beautiful, beautiful flowers. Her clothing as well, beautiful and flowing, and just I mean, I can feel sort of her now in actual fact, which is quite overwhelming. She came to me and she put her hands on me and she told me everything would be all right, because I was quite ill at the time, and I was not just the sickness that I had at the time, but there were a lot of things going on. From that time, I'd see her many times when things weren't going right for me, and she gave me a lot of guidance and a lot of hope, and led me along a, I guess, brighter path at the time. I see her a lot now. Sorry that Cheeky chops my magpie now. It seems like all the animals want to be here now that I'm talking about her. She's here all the time. She guides me in my art, and it was through her messages that I began creating as I do. The things that I create aren't always about flowers, and quite often they're not. That's only a very small part. But it's the message of rebirth. It's the message of using what is already here, and how things have cyclic energies about them. And that to me is so important. It's all about reuse and recreating things and looking for what is already here, because within what is already here is a spark of what will be. Hello, Cheeky. You're so cute. Sorry, it's my little magpie who wants to come and say hello. They flowers just have so many messages for all of us, and the entwining of them in my life has been so important. It's not about them being pretty, it's about what they actually are, what they actually mean, the messages and the connection that they have. I really hope that somehow you join us, because I would love you to.